Our letter this week is the letter A, just like is on our lady's dress. This is Apple Auntie, and if we're lucky, she's going to pay us a visit today. But here's a capital A and a lowercase a. Did you hear that? I thought I heard somebody. Oh, hello there, darling. Well, hi, Apple Auntie. Thanks for coming to visit us today. Oh, you know I love to come visit the class. I knew that you guys weren't in the school anymore, but I wanted to come say hi anyway. Well, that's so kind of you. We were just getting ready to read your story. Oh, I love a good story. You know what my favorite food is. What's that? No, let me guess. Bananas? No! It's apples. Oh, you're right. Apples start with A. That makes sense. Can we read your story? And then we'll see what other things that you like? Yes, of course. I'm so excited for you to hear it. Okay, I will see you later. Bye. Bye, Apple Auntie. That was fun. Okay. Once there was a little boy named Andy. He loved adventures. So remember, we're listening for the words that sound like or a. He liked sharing his adventures with his sister Anne. One day, Andy was looking all over for Anne. He found her in the kitchen making applesauce. She was wearing an apron with the letter A on it. Anne and Andy decided to go for an adventure into the woods. Each of them brought along an axe to chop down things that might block their path. As they walked along on their way to the woods, Anne and Andy practiced their adding. Suddenly, they heard a strange sound. A, ah. They looked around but could not see anything, and they kept hearing it. A, ah. Finally, when they looked down, they saw what was making the sound. Around their ankles were hundreds of ants. They seemed to be pointing with their antenna while making that sound. A, ah. Anne and Andy followed the ants. Where could these active little ants be leading them? At last, the ants stopped and pointed their antenna toward a cave shaped like the letter A. In the door of the cave stood the strangest woman Anne and Andy had ever seen. The woman said, "I am Apple Auntie. I live in this cave. I grow magic apples. Would you each like one?" Anne and Andy excitedly said they would love to try them. I would love magic apples too. When they bit into their apples, an amazing thing happened. The apples still appeared whole. Anne and Andy kept eating and eating, but the apples remained as though they had never taken a bite from them. How magical! Anne and Andy thanked Apple Auntie and the little ants for bringing them there, and ran home to share their apples and tell everyone about their greatest adventure. So what I want you to do is think about some A words. Maybe you heard them in the story, or maybe you heard them, or maybe you can think of them if you see them around your house, or you can just think of them. But one of my favorite A words from this story is apron, because I think Anne's apron is just so cute. An apron protects your clothes when you cook or when you paint. It keeps them from getting dirty. So you think of your A words, and then maybe you can have your parents type them to me on Class Dojo.